Yes, indeed, nifty 91.50. The Upstate Underground, WRPI Troy, hanging out with the dew, 7 to 9 in the morning. And you can find me on YouTube, and you can find me on TikTok. Well, they come and they go. It's a merry-go-round of love, they say. In the front door and out the back, making time as the decades pass on. Up the hills and over the decades, death is not the worst thing, it's just the last thing that comes along. The secret to true love for this man is what my gramps and my dad always told me, and their gramps told them. So here it goes. Find someone that makes you laugh, find someone to cook, find someone that makes you feel amazing all night and all day. And this is the last step, brothers, and I need to pay attention and follow it each and every way, because it's really important. Make sure that those someones never meet. Yeah, we got humor for you there. What can I tell you? Life is a mystery to behold, so I hold on tight. I was holding on tight to the rope as the winter winds blew and the snow squalled and the torrents raged and the wind blew and beat against that privy. Back in the day, the thunderbox of a throne with a half moon on the door, the wind blew viciously through the broken window. You know, back in the day, when we really had winters up here, we'd attach a rope from the house to the barn and hope that we didn't let go of the rope and we'd make it to the privy before the rope broke. Yeah, the wind blew viciously through the broken window and that privy was a little askew and the weather poured through the roof, but there was one corner of that cottage that was relatively dry, and me, like a fool, I'd stand there and brush and shower and shave and gargling and spitting while swallowing each and every four-letter word. 'Cause life is a journey, one step at a time, in which we are all learners and all teachers, making our way through the morning, where the minutes are kept and the hours are flushed. That reminds me of a story. When I was just a youngin' and I was up at Camp Muncie in 5th and 6th grade. I think it was in 5th grade when it happened. Middle of the night, I got up to use the latrine and I met somebody on the way to the latrine, and over in the field yonder there was a very bright light that was landing. Was it a flying saucer or an orb? I don't rightly know. But the two of us looked at it in amazement and shrugged our shoulders and then let go. Faith chases away fear, and belief beyond doubt is my strength in the face of aridity and disenchantment and grief. Acceptance of truth without words is dead, as I preach the gospel without uttering a word. They come and go, it's a merry-go-round of love in the front door and out the back door, making time as the decades pass on. Up the hills and over the decades, death is not the worst thing, it's just the last thing. Up the steep hills and over the decades, death is not the worst thing, it's just the last thing. And faith chases away the fear, and the belief, beyond a doubt, be the strength in the face of aridity. Acceptance and disenchantment and grief, for truth without works dies. As a preacher worked the gospel, the words flowed from his mouth, and the congregation worked it without uttering a word. They come and they go, it's a merry-go-round of love in the front door and out the back, making time as the decades pass on. Yes, they come and they go, like whispers in the breeze, a merry-go-round where love finds a way through the open doors and windows and the shadows of the trees. As time rolls on, we dance in the shades of the gray. Up the steep hills we climb through the years, death not the end, just a new day at dawn, with faith as a beacon that wipes away the fear. In the heart of the message we carry on, and the decades stretch like a river that flows to the ocean and disappears long before acceptance blooms where the wildflowers grow. In the soil of the spirit where the hard times expose the truth that we seek not just the words from the show. Up the steep hills we climb through the years, death not the end, just the new day's a dawn, with assurance as a beacon that wipes away all fear. In the heart of this message we carry the load. Through the silence, a preacher, a voice rings out clear, while the congregation finds strength in their heart. It's a truth unspoken, a love that draws near. In the tapestry woven, we each play the theater and the roles that we were given. And now for the chorus. Without fear and grief be gone, up the steep hills we climb through the years, death's not the end, it's just a new day a-dawning, with faith as a beacon that wipes away the fears. And in the heart of the message we carry on, and they come and go in this circle of a theater in the round, a merry-go-round and round, never losing a spark. Love spins round, we hold the embrace, forever shining even in the dark. Now I'll tell you about true love. A man really loved a woman, but he was just too shy to propose to her. And now he got up in his years, and neither of them have ever married. And one day, after 6 years, even though he was timid, he never got around to suggesting marriage, much less being and living together. But one day he became determined to ask her the question, so he called her on the phone and he said, "June." And the June answered, and he said, "Will you marry me?" "Of course I will," June said. "Who is this?" To death do us part, living is certainly an ordeal. Yeah, hanging out with the idiot emeritus, deep in the basement of the Darren Communication Center, on the incredible campus of Rensselaer in Troy, New York. May your day be happy and bright, and everything in your life not blow up like dynamite. And now, on with the shoe. Yeah, 7 to 9, 91.5 WRPI.